Hi, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Lois. She's a lawyer currently working in the oil and gas industry as the lead counsel technology, products, and production. She is one of less than 20 coaches in her country. And she has an MBA in leadership. So she shapes and develops the leaders in her workplace. Lois, thank you so much for being here with us all the way from Nigeria. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you, Jay. I'm looking forward to this session. It's going to be amazing, I know.
It is. So tell us about what led you on your strengths journey.
It's very interesting. I really like two words. It's time and chance. Starting with chance, a friend just gave me the book Strengths Finder to read, and I did the strength assessment, and I had it at the back of my mind, and I just kept thinking about it. But time, because fast forward a few months later, and I was working on something. I took a trip, and on my way back, so I was in Milan. It was going to be Milan, London, Lagos. And just as we were about to land in London, the pilot says there's a storm, we can't land. But the problem is I do not have enough fuel. And in my mind, the thought that just flashed across my mind was like, this is why they say the graveyard is the richest place on earth. I knew that I'd just been living. I hadn't been intentional about my living. I hadn't been using my gifts and talents. And at that point in time on that flight, I just made up my mind that I wasn't going to go to the graveyard rich. And from there, it was just all about how can I use my strengths to make the world a richer place. Essentially, I'll just leave it there for now. It's a beautiful story, I think. But yeah, that's what got me here.
I love that story. And actually, I think you kind of answered the next question, which is how did strengths help you rewrite your story? And part two of that is how can others use strengths to do the same thing?
So I would also still maybe go back a little bit to the workplace, because in the workplace, I think it's one area where we're so defined by the expectations of the organization, by the identified behaviors that take you to the top and all that. And if you don't fit that mold very often, you will not be on that track. Now, for me, I was marked as someone who was not on that track, but I knew that wasn't me. And the day I threw away their mold is the day I just freed myself to be me. As I began to live more and more in my strengths, I got something that no one has ever gotten in my company, and that was like bumps up all the way back to the top. The one thing I can say that was different was my determination to really lean more into my strengths and just live in the potential that I knew I had, irrespective of what the company markers were saying. So that's one way that it really makes a difference in your life.
Amazing. So who's going to benefit from joining us in the Global Strength Summit?
Whew. I'll tell you this in one word: everyone. Absolutely everyone. I have seen strengths transform marriages, relationships with parents. I just told you a little bit about myself in the corporate workplace, it's students, it's everyone. It gives you a completely different perspective, completely unique understanding. And best of all, it's one that helps you love and understand yourself. So strengths is for everyone.
And I can't wait for this Global Strength Summit because I know people want to hear more and more from you. Thank you so much for this interview.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Jay. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of people at the summit on the 3rd of December.